Alrighty, guys. It is 3:30. Time to wrap it up for today. And I guess we got a little bit of strength, and now right now we're just kind of stuck in a holding pattern. So I haven't quite recovered all the way, but we are definitely. It looks like we have a pretty strong close coming up here. So as, compared to where we were this morning, it looked pretty gnarly. Looked pretty shitty, and then now we're back right back up here again. We are up above the say at a 68.20s. So I would say that we had a good shot at starting off range bound here. You can see here this overnight was pretty darn ugly. So and I would just this is as normal given this what's going on in the Middle East right now. So strong close looks like we're getting if they can hold this move here, these single prints above that 68.15, going to start off range bound. Maybe looking for some early strength, but we'll see if they can hold on to that. But watch that level right there, the support area, 68.15. If that holds, starting off range bound. If not, if they close below it, we're starting off on the short side. That's kind of how we get started in the overnight. Only one trade on the Nasdaq. I took one in early on that's a retest up here, and it just shook me out right away. So that was it. I didn't do anything else on that one. It's been too crazy, so I kind of stayed out of it. The only trade I took was this morning on the bonds. I'll show you that right now. Well, hang on before I get to the bonds. On the Nasdaq, no, the Nasdaq trade I took was this guy over here. I haven't taken any ES trades today. Nasdaq was also pretty darn hairy. They creamed it pretty good, and in the overnight they were all the way down here to some levels which weren't pretty, and now we're right back up here again. So on the Nasdaq, we are back in the range again. So I'm starting off range bound on that guy. No reason to do anything else. On the capital flow chart on this guy, we are right up here in this area again, but crazy stuff, man. A lot of weakness in the overnight, and then the kind of buying, little bargain hunting going on here in the afternoon. So I'm looking at that as a positive sign, and late afternoon strength like this is usually a good sign. That the market is a lot stronger, and taking the opportunities to buy some names here cheap as they get hammered. So starting off range bound on the Nasdaq, maybe looking for some early strength, but we'll see how it ends up opening. On the Nasdaq, I would watch these. Not these things. I would watch this level down here. This is the 680 and the 730s. These two support areas. If they hold, we are pretty in good. We can probably stay in good shape. If they start taking out these two again, I mean, I'm right back on the short side again. So as we get started, so range bound trading to get started overnight right now. Watch those lower areas, the 680 and the 730s. See if they're going to be able to hold above that or not. And as I was saying, the only trade I took today was a bond trade. I was early on this morning, and that was given that they had a pretty good move in the overnight to the downside. And so I tried a short trade here and against that pullback, and I had a nice little stall. Turned out that was just absolutely not going to work. They ran it straight up, and then slopped another high, and then slop. I tried to get short up here again in the at 13th late in the afternoon. Never filled me, so I canceled that order. And they didn't go anywhere. And then look at that, another pop to the upside. So crazy stuff on the bonds. But there, so I'm down 5 ticks on the bonds on one trade there, and did not try to re-engage it after that. I tried, I tried that long trade, but I never got filled in that one. So that's the bonds. That was kind of surprising. So I would start off range bound on the bonds. This the retracement has been pretty strong. I thought they were going to try to take it down to that tractor towards the 115th, but they were met with some buying here. So they took it down to the 15, 16 or 16, 16s, and then they traded up from there. So I'm going to start off range bound. If they can get up above that, the 17s, 14s, we're starting off. We can start looking for a further retracement to the upside. So a couple of days of selling on the bonds, but the fact that they retraced so hard today, I'm going to start off with a slight bias to the upside and see if they can take this higher. If they can't get up above 14, we'll see if they are going to be able to rotate back down here in the overnight. But this was a pretty strong day on the bonds. Pretty good retracement going on there. So starting off range bound on that guy, looking to buy against the 17s, looking to sell against the 17, 14s in the overnight. And that's how we get started there. All right, back to the ES and NASDAQ. And so pretty much sidelines action today. Too crazy, too volatile. And it's just asking to get yourself chopped up to try to engage it, Unless you have a good trade location. I mean, I thought I had good trade location up here for my short. Only short I took. And yeah, I went to break even, got shaken out so fast it wasn't even funny. So I kind of left it at that. Alrighty, guys, we'll leave it there. Hopefully, I did a little bit better. But I'll see you guys back in the morning. And well, tomorrow, by the way, news for tomorrow before we wrap it. ADP number, we have PMI composite, IMS, ISM services coming out tomorrow. So a little bit of news to lean against. Alrighty, guys, we'll leave it there. We'll see you back in the morning. Later.